Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to move videos around on your timeline to place them where you want them to be, and also to explain something very important that everybody should know. These little buttons up here. This one is called undo, and this one is called redo. When you're working with the timeline, the smallest little clicks can adjust where that video is placed. So let's say you're zoomed out a lot, it'll take a big chunk of time. But if you're zoomed in very closely, you can move it only milliseconds. Because when you zoom it back out, you can tell it's almost like I didn't move it at all. So the reason why I tell you to remember this undo button is that if you accidentally trim a part of your video or move your video into a place that you didn't want it to be, the quickest way to fix it and put it back exactly the way that it was is undo. So you can tell it just put that gap there the very first movement when I was zoomed out, and it took extra time out of my video. So if I keep clicking undo, you will notice that the work even from the previous videos is fixed. I now have my outros and even my intros back. So as you can tell, if you make a big mistake on your project, it's not a big deal. Don't panic. Just look for your undo button inside of the application. Every single one of them has it, and it's usually an arrow. And there's even a redo button, so you can go back and forth. Now that the redo and undo buttons are covered, I would like to show you how to move videos along your timeline. This involves generally having more than one video. So now that we have our first video in the first timeline, we can grab a second video and bring it to the second timeline. Now, usually the second timeline is used for special effects, like the bubble for Loki and I switching it up. But if you just want to play more than one video in a row, you can bring it up here. And it'll put that very special blue line to let you know that it's a perfect connection. You're not going to damage anything if you put it right there. And there you go. So after the first video is played, the second video is immediately played. Well, there you go. That covers the basics of moving your videos on the timeline. I hope to see you next time.
Alright, YouTube, thanks for watching.
Bye.
And we will see you next time.